Hi guys, Squishy Bee here. Today is February 17th, 2022. I wanted to go over some very disturbing information that I came across that goes along with what I've been kind of harping on for years, that there is most likely going to be some type of hemorrhagic outbreak that is going to go worldwide. I've thought this for many years based on some information that just some family ties through my husband, and also from things like predictive programming and repetitive stuff that comes out in movies and all kinds of stuff that they push regularly to condition people's minds for this stuff. And just from the whole pandemic being some type of lead-in and preparation for something that I always thought was going to be something worse. And remember when I was talking about that virus that was breaking out, those hemorrhagic, near the Olympics, I said, this is really suspicious that this just happens to be really close to where they're holding the Olympics. And even though they were not holding they were not going to be selling tickets so that the public could be at the Olympics, there was still all of the Olympians coming from various countries, and it would be very easy for them to then take that back to all different countries, making this another worldwide issue. This is something that I came across that I wanted to read to you, but I wanted to just do a little disclaimer before I read this. I always get a little bit suspicious when I see something that is attached to something that people are selling, like cures for things, natural, and I put in quotes, cures for things. While there are, I think, a lot of things that can be done holistically, when somebody's making money off of some sort of like scare or some sort of fear tactic, I get nervous. But because this is something that I have been watching for a long time, I have to take this seriously, and I wanted to warn you about it so that you could kind of keep an eye on this and just be aware, okay, so you can make your own decisions on this. So this article says, exclusive, Dr. Li-Meng Yan reveals CCP plans to spread hemorrhagic fever bioweapon via Olympics, and she shares the cure. The powers that be have attempted to debunk her claims for over 2 years. Invariably, they turn out to be accurate. This latest bombshell is the most concerning yet. After doing over 350 interviews in my career, I rarely get shaken by a guest. That rare event occurred today when I interviewed Dr. Li-Meng Yan. She told me things from her various sources, many of which are in China, with direct knowledge, that blew my mind. Is the CCP developing another bioweapon? The answer to that is almost certainly yes, but Dr. Yan went a step further. She explained that they are already unleashing one onto the world through the Olympic Games in Beijing today. Before I get into the details, it's important to understand that she and her sources are highly credible. There have been concerted efforts to discredit her, but her claims as far back as early 2020 have been invariably been proven accurate. The powers that be attempted to debunk her claims that COVID-19 was developed in a lab. They tried to disprove what she's said all along, that Peter Daszak and Anthony Fauci had intimate knowledge of the gain-of-function research that was going on in Wuhan. They even tried to prove that she was wrong about the inefficacy of the vaccines. All of her claims have been verified, and she has been vindicated multiple times. I don't know if you really need to hear all of the information on her bio, but she's a PhD virologist, a medical doctor, immunologist, and independent coronavirus expert. I'll leave the link to this, so if you want to go ahead and read all of that you can. But I'm going to cut down here to what she's saying. The first couple of segments of our interview detailed the ways of the Chinese Communist Party and other bad actors have used COVID-19 as a bioweapon. These are claims that she has detailed before, but she went into aspects of the story that were extremely compelling, including the fact that the CCP has used everyone, including her husband, to try to bring her out of hiding and take her back to China. But it was near the middle of the interview that she blew my mind. According to Dr. Yan, CCP studied different hemorrhagic fever viruses, including Lassa, Marburg, hantavirus, which all share the same drug target CD38 in the disease. I want to just note here that Marburg is the one that I've had in my spirit that I really have concerns about because of inside information. Okay, so that's the one that I've been watching for years, but I wouldn't put it past them to use anything that they have used, dual use, and they've been, altering these things to make it enhanced, okay, because that's what they've been doing. They'll make it more contagious, make it spread easier, they'll make it more deadly, all kinds of stuff that they put in these things to lower your immune system so that you can't fight it, all kinds of really dirty, evil things, okay? Her sources show that the CCP is fully prepared to release such bioweapon viruses during the Winter Olympic. She cannot confirm what virus it is without having the viral genome. This new disease may be a form of viral hemorrhagic fever that has a much higher fatality rate than COVID-19. According to Dr. Yan, cases of the disease may have been seen throughout China, and just this week it popped up in the United Kingdom. All right, so this is another thing I wanted to show you. Another entire different article that I came across says, death rate. Brit dies of Ebola-like Lassa fever after becoming third person to test positive. This is just from February 11th. Okay, so this was just recent. Brit has died after becoming the third person to test positive for Ebola-like Lassa fever. The UK Health Security Agency confirmed that tragic death this afternoon after revealing a number of UK cases on Wednesday. The virus, in the same family as Ebola, but not as deadly or infectious, has become endemic in a number of West African countries. Now, this is a different thing than what was supposedly an outbreak in China. Remember the video that I had done that was talking about that hemorrhagic issue that they had that was coming from the critters, from all of the farming in the wetlands there. That was a different thing. But to me, this all seems like a cover for a bioweapon. So they will always put out information about different things, pointing it to this or pointing it to that, but just putting confusion out there so that when they do release this, that they're not going to be looking at where it really came from. All right, so this is something that really has me concerned, because this will be nothing like what we've dealt with thus far, because remember that the one that we're dealing with now was like a 1% or so death rate. Sorry, something scared the crap out of me in the other room. I don't know what that was. It was just a big bang in the other room. It's been happening a lot lately. This is something that I mentioned the other day. There's been so many things going on that's been trying to stop me from talking and sharing the gospel and doing things on my channel. And I'm not going to be bullied, but just something that maybe you can send some prayers my way, because I've been dealing with a lot of this sort of thing. Things like sounding like people walking on my roof and bangs like all over my house and stuff like that. Like some of them like really big kerfuffles. Like I will text my husband and be like, "Are you home?" Because I'm in the shower and there was just a huge kerfuffle outside in like the kitchen or the living room, and it sounds like you came in and just like threw a bunch of bags of groceries all over the floor. And he's like, no, I haven't gotten there yet. I just left work, sort of thing. And then I'll come out and there'll be nothing there. It's just, it sounds like all kinds of stuff going on. So anyways, and now that's just going to completely throw me off from what I was talking about. But in any case, I wanted you to know about what was going on here so that you can just kind of prepare, because like I said, the virus that we're dealing with now is only like a 1% death rate, where we're talking about things that are 50% or more. That's a huge difference in death rate. So I also wanted to just mention something. Even though I know that this is a really touchy subject, but you know the things that you wear kind of on your face. Have you noticed that they will come out with these illogical rules that you have to wear it, you don't have to wear it, you have to wear it, you don't have to wear it. And it seems like they're telling you you don't have to wear it right when there is something new that's coming out. Like when Delta first came out, coincidentally, right about the time that, you know, the juice came out. I'm pointing to my arm like you can see what I'm doing. But you know what I mean? The juice that goes in your arm. That when that came out, then Delta just happened to go nuts, right? And at that time was the time that they were like, oh, you don't have to wear it because of the people getting the juice, and we're not going to check you when you go to the store to make sure that you've had the juice. We're just going to go on the honor system. Okay, that was going on like at the time when I was on my trip, you know, and so some of my family that were really big into the juice were flipping out that we were going on our trip around all these people during this time. And of course we didn't have an issue. I'm just going to shut my door because my washing machine is being so loud right now. And I feel like you probably aren't going to be able to hear what I'm saying. So I think that it's possible that they are doing that again now. Not that they work, okay, but they're doing it again now, just as this thing is about to happen, which makes me wonder if they're doing this, they're allowing you to not wear them so that when this does get spread, more people will get it. This is spread a bit differently than the thing that we've been dealing with for the last couple of years. But it's very contagious. So you might want to just kind of read up on what you can do to protect yourself from this the best as possible. It's definitely spread through bodily fluids. So you might want to just be extra careful, especially out in like public restrooms and stuff. I know that you probably do that anyways, but now you're going to want to make a really conscious effort to, personally, if I can help it at all, I'm not going to be even using them. If I can at all possible avoid public restrooms, the best as possible, because honestly, that's probably going to be the biggest death trap there is because that when you're dealing with the doctors are dealing with this and the healthcare staff, that is one of the things that scare them the most, is dealing with that kind of thing, because that's how it spreads. And that's something that is one of the really big issues when you get this, is that you're, have a lot of throwing up and out the other end kind of problems. It's a horrible, painful abdominal pain sort of thing that you get with this, and at the very least. But that's like one of the biggest things that you're dealing with. And So you want to just make a really conscious effort to watch out for that. I would be cautious in looking at, I don't like talking down to people because I don't really know for sure, but I would be really careful on people selling things to try to protect you from stuff like this. And that is something that I noticed was attached to this, is some sort of cure that they're talking about for this. And I'm just really hesitant on things like that, especially some of the things that I've seen over the years, including people that are supposed Christian pastors and stuff that are well known on YouTube, pushing things that seem really, really dangerous. That scares me. And people put their trust in these people and then start taking stuff that could just cause a bigger problem. So just be careful with that sort of thing. Look into it very, very carefully. I'm related to somebody that is a doctor of holistic medicine, and she's constantly pushing stuff that seems really sketchy to me. Some stuff, yeah, I think might be okay, but other stuff, not so much. Not that I trust actual medications either. Sometimes some of those, I've had some really, really bad experiences of real medications that are, monitored by the FDA, and they have caused much bigger problems, much bigger health issues to me than the original issue. So, I don't know what the answer is. Prayer and Jesus. That's the great physician, is trusting in the Lord and doing the best you can to eat healthy and stay active the best you can, and just use common sense with respect to properly protecting yourself from stuff out in public and washing your hands and stuff. I don't think it's hard for me to talk about this stuff without getting censored, but what I would suggest is take a look at some footage of how medical people are dressed when they're dealing with this kind of virus, when they're taking care of people. And the stuff that they're using to spray things down. And tell me if you're going to be able to protect yourself with the little thing that you're putting on, the front of your head. If that's going to protect you. And I don't think any one of us are going to be walking out in public dressed like they are, and doing the things that they're doing, the precautions. And that's really what it would take. So I don't really know what the answer is, but I just want to make sure that people are aware of it so that you can look into it yourself, and maybe you guys have other ideas on how to stay safe from this. Anyway, I wanted you to hear this so that you can, I told you I would update you if anything else came up on this, and it's kind of exactly what I was afraid of, that she's saying that that they already spread this to people that were competing in Beijing, and that they are then going to take these this back home to their various countries, and these people are from all over the world. So if this is true, and we're already seeing it in Britain, that's something to be very concerned about, especially when I've already been concerned about this for years and years and years. And so I've been watching this for a long time for something like this to come out. So in any case, stay safe out there, guys. I pray for you guys all the time. And I hope that you stay safe and stay healthy. And I will be back again real soon. Until then, guys, I'll be seeing ya. Bye-bye.